There is a painting hanging on a wall in a home in Magnolia, Massachusetts that can never be removed. When you purchase the house, the painting comes with it. If you sell the house, the painting stays. Kids, bikes, and toys are scattered across the lawn, the stuff of a busy family inside. When asked, the owners don't really know much about the artist who painted this dusky ship, except that this was also his home. Frank Knox Morton Rehn built this house in 1896. After coming to Magnolia for years to capture on canvas what happens here when light, wind, and water meet, critics described Rehn as an unusually gifted painter of the ocean. The water this artist loved was Gloucester's. The rise and roll of Magnolia Sea were this artist's sunflowers, his haystacks, his best work. Critics say he and his contemporary, Alfred Pinkham Ryder, shared a belief in the expressive potential of the open sea. They said that Rehn's lone vessel struggling through the high seas evoked the adversity of life. But of his hundreds of paintings, it is luminous canvases of breaking Cape Ann water that won Rehn international awards and hang on the walls of institutions like the Detroit Museum of Art and the Smithsonian. Rehn grew up in Philadelphia, studied at the Pennsylvania Academy of Art, and found the sea first on the New Jersey coast and then for the rest of his life in Magnolia. His Magnolia studio was one of the dozens of fish houses that lined Shore Road, as close as he could bring his easel to the water. Rehn's studio, pictured here, is now part of a private home, his fish house the last remaining of those weathered, shingled sheds that once cobbled this stretch of coast. A decidedly American painter, Rehn took only one trip abroad to Venice, defending this travel by saying, "I've painted fish houses in Massachusetts, why not palaces in Venice? And I've done dories, so why not gondolas? They are both important parts of the life of each place." Rehn's son, Frank Knox Morton Rehn Jr., would not grow up to be an artist, but he would found one of the most important New York art galleries of the 20th century, the Rehn Gallery of American Art on Fifth Avenue. Young Rehn is at the center of this photo in the dark jacket. The gallery artists are around him. In 1924, the Rehn Gallery exhibited watercolors from the young Edward Hopper, a show so successful it placed the artist squarely in art history as an American great. Of course, ever more represented by the Rehn Gallery. Frank Jr., Edward Hopper, and their wives would all remain close friends their entire lives, with Gloucester summers as an anchor. Back to Frank Rehn Sr., the painter. He died, his obituaries say, of a heart attack on the front lawn of his Magnolia home in 1914 at the age of 66. Maybe this kind of maritime work is out of fashion. Certainly Rehn is a bit forgotten, lost in the backs of museum archives. It's said that there are still darkened Rehn canvases stashed in Magnolia attics. But it's worth seeing him again, if for anything to sense his affection for this village, Magnolia, and its Atlantic waters. Someone hung that painting in that house. Someone made the bargain that house and painting never part. Someone insisted the Rehn story of light and water at latitude 43 continue to be told.